All right. So we'll continue with the bandhas series. So tribandhas hote hain. They are called tribandhas. So there are three bandhas or energy locks in our whole body. So today we are going to talk about the second bandha. Last time Salima ने आपको मूल बंध के बारे में बताया था. Now from मूल बंध, if we start moving upwards, the second bandha is called the Udiyan bandha, which is at your navel, which is located at your navel. But today we are not going to talk about that. We will directly talk about the third and the last bandha, which is called the Jalandhar bandha or the throat lock. Okay, so this is the lock which is situated somewhere around your larynx, somewhere around somewhere around your throat. Okay, that is why it is called the throat lock. Now, लास्ट टाइम ऑलरेडी हम लोग मूल बंध के बारे में बात कर चुके हैं. सो ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट दीज बंधास they are energy locks. Okay, so they are not any physical or any and they are not a kind of a structure or any kind of a thing which you can touch. These are all subtle aspects of our body. Okay, these are all aspects which relate to the sthula sharir, to the sukshma sharir. Okay, we have three bodies. We have three bodies. One is the sthul sharir, that is the gross body, जिसको हम लोग देख कर सकते हैं, टच कर सकते हैं. It includes all external internal organs. Second is the sukshma sharir. These are the energies and the nadis which or the prana which makes us living being. Okay, so ये जो locks है, तीनों जो बंधास हैं, they are related to your sukshma sharir. They are not related to your sthul sharir. Obviously all these sharirs, because they are connected, so one does affect the other. So whenever we are working on sukshma sharir, it does have effect on your sthul sharir as well. So whatever you are doing energy wise, it is going to reflect on your body, it is going to reflect on your health, it is going to reflect on how you live your life on a daily basis. Okay, so that is why whatever we are doing, it may be on a very subtle level, it may be at the level of an energy or the prana, but it has multiple benefits at your sthul sharir level as well. It has multiple benefits at the physical sharir level as well. Okay, now before we talk about Jalandhar bandha, all these bandhas, they correspond with the chakras. Okay, you already know this from the last class, like Mooladhar, Mool bandha corresponds with the Mooladhar chakra. Now, because these are energies and chakra, these are energy locks, and chakras are energy centers. Okay, so mostly these locks are located at the chakras itself. Okay, so the Jalandhar bandha, as most of you must have guessed by now, it is located in the vicinity of the Vishuddhi chakra. Okay, or the chakra which is located at your throat. We've already discussed Vishuddhi chakra a lot. I'll just touch upon it very, very briefly so that we don't spend much time on it. दो तीन चीजें हैं मुझे विशुद्धि चक्र के बारे में जो आपको एक बार रिमाइंड करानी है. आप लोगों ने अगर कल वीडियो देख लिया था तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट आई स्टिल टच ऑन 2-3 थिंग्स so that it helps you understand the importance of Jalandhar bandha. Now, Jalandhar bandha in all the scriptures, like Hatha Yoga scriptures, like Hatha Yoga Pradipika or the Gerand Samhita, it is mentioned to the people or the sadhaka who practices Jalandhar bandh gets a victory over death and decay. This is how it is defined or it is explained in all the scriptures कि Jalandhar bandh के practice से जो भी साधक जलंधर बंध का प्रैक्टिस करता है वो साधक मृत्यु और क्षय के ऊपर मात कर लेता है. So मृत्यु और क्षय is the decay and the death, the decay of our body which happens on a daily basis, and ultimately the death of this physical self. Okay, so why is this explained in such a way? Okay, and why does the Jalandhar bandh help you in kind of, not obviously you don't become you don't die, aisa nahi hota, you don't become amar or anything like that, but you prolong your life. Okay, so to understand that we need to understand Vishuddhi chakra. Now Vishuddhi chakra जब हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था तब हम लोगों ने देखा था Vishuddhi chakra is located at the center of 4 lower chakras and 2 higher chakras. Okay, Vishuddhi chakra is located at the throat. Vishuddhi chakra के नीचे 4 chakras होते हैं. That is Mooladhar, Swadhisthana, Manipur and Anahat. Okay, Muladhara is your root chakra, Swadhisthana is your sacral chakra, Manipur is your navel chakra, and the Anahata is your heart chakra. Okay, so ये चारों जो चक्रास होते हैं दे आर कॉल्ड द लोअर चक्रास. हम लोगों ने लास्ट टाइम भी जब बात की थी तब मैंने आपको ये बताया था कि मूलाधार, स्वादिष्टान, अनाहत एंड सॉरी मणिपुर एंड अनाहत, they represent our materialistic self. They represent the life that we are living in this world. Okay, so Mooladhar chakra is our primal self. Then on Swadhisthana, it becomes us. Then in Manipur, it gets, a little bit more life in form of digestive juices. And at Anahat, it gets its emotions. And then at the Vishuddhi chakra, we express ourselves. Okay, so the expression of our current consciousness that we are in this life happens at the Vishuddhi chakra. ओके, सो अगर आप एवोल्यूशन, ह्यूमन एवोल्यूशन की बात करें, ह्यूमन कॉन्शियस एवोल्यूशन की बात करें, इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द मूलाधार चक्र एंड इट एक्सप्रेसेस इटसेल्फ एट द विशुद्धि चक्र. Okay, that is why Vishuddhi chakra is also responsible for our expressions, our words, the way we express ourselves. Okay, self expression, speaking, communication, and all those things. विशुद्धि चक्र के ऊपर के जो चक्र है, दैट इज आज्ञा चक्र एंड सहस्रारा चक्र, they are related to your spiritual journey. Okay, once you reach Vishuddhi chakra, once your consciousness, once your prana, which starts from Mooladhar, it reaches the Vishuddhi chakra, it expresses itself at Vishuddhi chakra, then starts the journey of spiritual enlightenment. So unless, what does it mean? It means that unless and until you live a fulfilled life in this world, the journey of spirituality is not possible. Okay, now how you and how long you take to complete that journey, whether you complete it in this lifetime or you take multiple lifetimes, that depends on our practice and what we choose to do with our life. ऑलराइट, सो वो जो स्पिरिचुअल एनलाइटमेंट है वो विशुद्धि चक्र के ऊपर जाता है, दैट इज वेयर इट हैपेंस. दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, नाउ इफ वी टॉक अबाउट महाभूतास, आप हम लोगों ने ये भी देखा है कि हर चक्र का एक महाभूत होता है. ओके, पंच महाभूतास, इट रिलेट्स टू वन ऑफ द चक्रास. ऑलराइट, बट अपने जो ऊपर वाले सो 5, वी हैव 7 चक्रास बट वी हैव ओनली 5 महाभूतास. ओके, सो ये जो पंच महाभूत है, again try to connect. Pancha Mahabhut is representing our body. We are made up of Pancha Mahabhut, our body and mind. Okay, so जहां तक हमारा physical aspect, जिस चक्र तक हमारा physical aspect limited है, उसी चक्र तक महाभूत्स भी limited है. All right, so your Mooladhar chakra is the earth element. Okay, then when we come up to the Swadhisthana chakra, it is the water element, it is the jal. उसके ऊपर आते हैं मणिपुर पे, इट इज द फायर. उसके ऊपर आते हैं अनाहत पे, इट इज एयर. और जब हम लोग विशुद्धि चक्र पे आते हैं, इट इज ईथर और स्पेस. ओके, सो व्हाट अबाउट दीज टू, आज्ञा एंड सहस्रारा चक्र? देयर आर नो महाभूत्स रिलेटेड टू आज्ञा चक्र एंड द सहस्रारा चक्र. अगेन, व्हाई? बिकॉज दे आर नॉट कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग टू योर फिजिकल सेल्फ. They represent the higher consciousness which is beyond Pancha Mahabhut. Okay, so why Vishuddhi chakra is very important? Vishuddhi chakra, and then in context to Vishuddhi chakra, the Jalandhar Bandh is very, very important for any yoga practitioner, any sadhak who wants to uplift their consciousness towards the spiritual journey. So if you want to uplift your consciousness and you want to move towards the spiritual journey, you want to, you want to start practicing meditation more, you want to start practicing dhyana more, then Jalandhar Bandh and the Vishuddhi chakra become very, very important. Okay, that is why bandhas are always practiced after pranayama and before dhyan. Okay, so once you have enough stability in your body, once you have enough control over your breath, that is when you start practicing the bandhas, and that is when you start lifting your energy, your prana and your consciousness upwards towards your spiritual centers, the higher spiritual centers. Okay, so number one, very, very important Jalandhar Bandha, because it is representing your spiritual journey upwards from the Vishuddhi chakra. ओके, नाउ दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज Yeah. Now, as I told you right now, that Vishuddhi Chakra represents the space element. Okay. So it also represents the infinite possibilities that we have as a human being. Okay. Because space is unlimited. Like there is never ending space. That is how it represents the never ending possibilities that a human life has. We can take multiple routes towards a spiritual journey, and that is represented by your Vishuddhi Chakra. Now, this is something which is at a, like I told you, this is at a Sukshma Sharir level. Now, what does Jalandhar Bandh actually do at a physical level? What actually does it do that by the practice of this, you will increase your life, you will live a healthy life, you will decrease the decay of tissues that happens on a daily basis. एक बहुत ही सुंदर बात मैंने बहुत बहुत बार सुनी है, जो मुझे कल रियलाइज हुई जब मैं रिसर्च कर रही थी. कई बार ऐसे बोलते हैं कि हम लोग जीने के लिए रोज मरते हैं. We are dying every day to live. What does that mean? Now, it is philosophical also, but it is, when I researched, I could connect it to the actual physical decay that happens on a daily basis in our body. Our tissues and cells die on a daily basis. Okay. Why does that happen? Because whatever we are eating, when it gets metabolized, that metabolism not only gives us energy, it also ends up killing some of the tissues. It ends up decaying some of the tissues. Okay. So bina khaye, bina metabolism is very important. Without metabolism, we will not be able to live. Okay. But the same metabolism which is keeping us alive, same metabolism is also responsible for the decay, the aging that happens in our body. Okay. That same metabolism is responsible for the aging. So what does Jalandhar Bandh do? So Jalandhar Bandh is located here. There is Vishuddhi Chakra here. There is a very important gland which is located at your throat, which is called the thyroid gland. Okay. Now, 90% of women that I know have a thyroid problem. Okay. My mother, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law had a thyroid problem. So many of my friends, so many of my family members, especially women, have a severe thyroid issue. Okay. And it has become kind of a pandemic. Okay. If you look at 10 women out of 8 people will be suffering from thyroid, and they will be having that thyronorm every morning. All right. Now, thyroid can become inactive or active. Okay. There are two types of thyroidism. One is hyper, one is hypo. Hyper is when your thyroid gland becomes active, overactive, and then it starts secreting lots of T4 hormone, and because of that the metabolism increases. And what happens, in लोगों में क्या होता है, ये लोग बहुत पतले हो जाते हैं. Okay, there is a lot of hair fall. And then there is hypothyroidism, where the thyroid gland becomes inactive. It is not releasing enough of the T4 hormone, because of which the metabolism slows down. Okay, so because of which what happens, these people gain a lot of weight. Okay. Now, what does the Jalandhar Bandh do? When you apply Jalandhar Bandh, you actually compress and squeeze and massage this thyroid gland. Because of which what happens, you can regulate the flow of this specific thyroid gland. Se 3 hormones secrete hote hai, but T4 is more important. It is the most important hormone. It regulates the flow of that T4 hormone. Okay, because of which what happens at a physical level, because of which even if your gland has become hyperactive or if it has become hypoactive, that gland starts coming back to its normal state, so that the T4 starts releasing in the quantity that it is required. Okay. Now, for those people who don't have a thyroid problem, they have a normal active thyroid. Okay. उस केस में क्या होता है, whenever you apply Jalandhar Bandh, you actually stop the flow of T4 hormone. Okay, जितनी भी देर के लिए आप जलंधर बंद लगाते हैं, उतनी देर के लिए आपका T4 हार्मोन जो है वो secrete नहीं हो पाता, because you're pressing on this part of the body. Okay, and for that period of time your metabolism slows down. And for that period of time, the decay of the tissues that is happening, it decreases. Okay, so that is why as you start practicing Jalandhar Bandha more frequently, you are actually slowing down the metabolic process of your body at your own will. It is not happening just like that. Okay, when you are stopping or decreasing the process of metabolism in your own body at your own will, because you want to do it, you want to regulate that fire, the digestive fire, then what happens? The tissue decay starts slowing down. And that is why in scriptures it is said that you give a longevity to your life and you stop the decay of your body. Okay, that is why it gives way to a longer life, a healthier life. All right. Dusra important, again, it relates to our hormones. We have a master hormone in our brain, which is called hypothalamus. Now, this hypothalamus regulates all the hormonal systems in our body. Okay, जितने भी hormones हमारे body में regulate secrete होते हैं, वो सारे hypothalamus से control होते हैं. It is called the master gland. Hypothalamus के नीचे एक pituitary gland होता है, which is like a small rajma ke shape ka gland, somewhere located between the center of our eyebrows. Okay, it is located in the center of brain, somewhere here. So if you draw a straight line from the center of your eyebrows, somewhere here in the center of your brain is the pituitary gland. अब ये hypothalamus और pituitary, they work together. Okay, पिट्यूटरी का काम क्या है कि पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड जो है वो हाइपोथैलेमस में से जो प्री हार्मोन्स रिलीज होते हैं उनको कंट्रोल करता है. सो तो पिट्यूटरी इज लाइक अ की टू द हाइपोथैलेमस ग्लैंड. ओके, इट टेल्स द हाइपोथैलेमस when to release a hormone, when to stop, depending on our body function. Okay, so there are two very important axes in our body. It is called HPO axis and HPA axis. It is called hypothalamus, pituitary, and ovary axis. That is the first one, which corresponds to the hypothalamus gland, the pituitary gland, and our ovaries. Okay, this is specifically for women. All right. So हमारे जितने भी women में जितने भी hormonal flows होते हैं, they are mostly governed by these axes, HPO axis. Okay. So what happens is hypothalamus से एक pre hormone release होता है, and then that hormone travels and reaches to the ovaries, to the lower parts of your body. By the practice of your Jalandhar Bandha, you again regulate the flow of these hormones towards the lower parts of your body. Okay, we are not stopping the flow of hormones, we are regulating, we are keeping that tap in our hand. ओके कितना पानी जाना चाहिए, कितना बंद करना है. जैसे हम लोग गैस स्टोव की फायर कैसे रेगुलेट करते हैं ना, विद दैट नॉब. दैट इज व्हाट योर Jalandhar Bandha. It is that knob which you can use to regulate the flow of hormones from these particular glands which are located at the higher parts of body. So that is one. Second axis is HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal axis. Now, adrenal gland, it is a very small gland which is located on the top of your kidneys. Okay, kidneys के ऊपर छोटा सा gland होता है जिसको adrenal gland बोलते हैं. Why the adrenal gland is very important? Because it releases your stress hormones. Okay, the hormones that regulate our stress response, these hormones are released from the adrenal gland. And then these hormones are responsible for your reactions to a particular situation, whether you react in a stressful way or whether you handle that situation in a calm and composed way. That is your parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system. It is related for your rest and relax mode of your body. Okay, so once again, when you apply the Jalandhar Bandha, you are regulating the flow of these hypothalamus and pituitary hormones to move downwards. You are actually regulating your parasympathetic nervous system. You are actually taking the key of your rest and relaxation in your hands. You are actually making your body relaxed and calm whenever you want to. Okay, and it is we all know the importance of rest and repair in our body. Okay, we cannot keep functioning on a fight and flight mode. Okay, आजकल के human beings का सबसे बड़ा, the main reason of all our health concerns, whether it is our physical health, whether it is our mental health, it is because we are constantly functioning on a fight and flight mode. We have made our sympathetic nervous system so active that we are not giving our body the time to rest and repair itself. Okay, we are constantly in that fight and flight mode. We are constantly doing something, whether it is physically or mentally. या तो हम लोग physically कुछ कर रहे होते हैं दिन भर, या तो हमारा दिमाग चल रहा होता है. We are constantly in that mode of, work mode. All right. So when you apply the Jalandhar Bandh, you're actually controlling and modulating the flow of these adrenal glands, the flow of these hormones, so that the rest and repair system of your body can get activated and the body can repair itself. Whatever tissue damage has happened, our body has an ability to repair it. Not the 100% repair, but some of it our body does repair. Okay, so you will see people who are able to sleep well, no? They are very active the next morning. They are more productive than the people who don't sleep well. Okay, because our body has that ability to repair the cells, whether they are our brain cells or whether they are our body cells. But we have to give that time to our body to repair itself. Okay, that is what we don't do. So Jalandhar Bandha helps in the flow of hormones. It helps you in activating your parasympathetic nervous system so that you can reclaim that right to rest and repair your body. Okay, so that again is a very, very important aspect, a very important thing that your Jalandhar Bandha does. एक और important चक्र है, एक और important point है इसका, that there are two important, हमारी neck में सिर्फ दो arteries होती है. So our blood flow that happens towards the brain, it happens through an artery called as carotid artery. CARTOID, carotid artery. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing it correctly maybe, but CARTOID. Okay, that is the artery that transfers the blood from the heart to the brain. And that artery, it has two branches, left carotid and right carotid. Okay, it travels from your neck. Now, when you apply the Jalandhar Bandha, you are actually, again, you're actually controlling the blood flow to your brain. Okay, now once again, if the blood flow to the brain stops, then it is not a positive thing to happen. But I'm not asking to stop. I'm asking you to regulate. Okay, what does the Jalandhar Bandha does? It regulates the blood flow to your brain. It helps your brain to slow down your breathing. Okay, now if you guys have read somewhere, if you know, our breathing is also responsible for the decay that happens in our body. Okay, the breathing process also decays or it kills our cells and tissues on a daily basis. So when you are regulating the flow of the blood to the higher centers of brain, especially to the center which is regulating the breathing process. Okay, so what happens? The breathing slows down, the heart rate slows down, the BP comes down. Jalandhar Bandh is very good for people who have higher blood pressure, hypertension. Okay, so the BP comes down, and because of that, the body again goes into that slow down mode, the rest and repair mode. Okay, so apart from all these spiritual aspect, all the aspect of the prana and the energy, at a physical level, at a very, very gross level, the Jalandhar Bandh works beautifully on the parasympathetic part of your body, which is responsible for the rest and the repair in all the aspects, whether it is your breathing, whether it is your hormonal flow, whether it is your heartbeat, whether it is your blood pressure, whether it is your your ability to sit and relax, whether it is your ability to sleep well. It also affects your sleep. Okay, so the people who have insomnia, who cannot sleep at night, who do not get a good night's rest, Jalandhar Bandh is excellent for them. Okay, so these are the few aspects of Jalandhar Bandha. I'll just check if I've missed something. Otherwise, we will start with the practice. Yeah, I think I've cleared everything. Any questions anybody has? So that then we can start with the practice. Any questions regarding to Jalandhar Bandha? It is clear. Okay. Now, Jalandhar Bandha, as I said, it is throat lock. Now, ideally, when you apply any lock in your body, whether it is Mool Bandha, whether it is Jalandhar Bandha, whether it is Udyan Bandha, ideally it is said that you should hold your breath also. Okay. The bandhas are already always applied after an inhale, and then you have to apply a kumbhaka, or you have to hold your breath when you are applying that bandha, and you release that bandha with an exhale. Okay, so you inhale, you hold your breath, and then you exhale while you release the bandha. But I'm not going to ask you to hold your breath in today's practice. Okay, maybe later on when we are starting to practice it more often, then we will hold the breath. But this is just for your information that bandhas traditionally should be practiced with a holding of your breath. Okay, now how to practice Jalandhar Bandh? This is something very simple. एक बार देख, it is similar to the movement that we do when we do the neck movement. There is a slight difference. Okay, so what you have to do is, excuse me. So what you have to do is you have to inhale. After inhaling, you will constrict your throat. जैसे हम लोग कुछ निगलते हैं जब, तब हमारा गला थोड़ा सा constrict होता है. एक बार करके देखिए, अपने सलाइवा को निगल के देखिए. You will feel a slight contraction at this place. You know, it is like the throat is contracting a little bit. बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं, but it is contracting a little bit. So before you apply Jalandhar Bandh, what you have to do is you have to inhale. Then you do that contracting movement on your own. Okay, you have to try to contract the muscles of your neck a little bit. Then you push your chin slightly back. Okay, I'll show it to you from the sideways. So you take a breath in. Then you contract your neck. You push your chin slightly back. So you push your head slightly back, and then you slowly tuck your chin towards your chest. Okay, so your chin should reach this depression. We have a slight depression here in the between your collarbones. Okay, that is where your chin has to. It will not touch the place, but that is the point where you have to direct your chin to. Okay, एक बार फिर से देखिए. So you inhale, then you try to contract these muscles. Then you push your chin back a little bit, and you slowly push the chin down. You will actually feel this contraction happening. You will actually feel कि वहां पे कुछ है जो बंद हो रहा है. Okay, that closing of a channel over here, you will actually feel it. All right. So I want all of you to try it once and then tell me that how was this, how was the feeling? You will hold it till the time you are comfortable. Normal breathing में ही आपको hold करना है till the time you are comfortable. But whenever you are releasing the bandha, you will release it with an exhale. Okay, so you have to release it with an exhale. चलिए, आंखें बंद कर लीजिए. स्पाइन को सीधा रखिए. टेक अ कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन. हाथों को आराम से अपने थाइस पे रख सकते हैं. चाहे तो हाथों की ज्ञान मुद्रा बना सकते हैं. Now close your eyes. Take a few normal breaths. अब एक बार धीरे धीरे गहरी लंबी सांस भरिए. And try to contract your throat. Now push the head back, your chin back, and slowly start locking your chin towards your chest. And just stay there till the time you feel comfortable. Whenever you want to come out, you have to come out with an exhale. Do this one more time. Take a breath in. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back, and then slowly take your chin down towards the depression between your collarbones. Feel that contraction happening in the throat. And whenever you want to release, with an exhale, slowly release. Do this one more time. एक और बार कीजिए. And try to observe the sensation in your throat. When you're doing the lock, when you're practicing the lock, try to observe the sensation in your throat. It feels like your throat is constricting. It is contracting. Now, slowly open your eyes. How were you feeling? I want you to, if you can unmute and tell me, what was the feeling? Were you feeling anything in your throat? Was there any constriction happening here? Anyone who wants to unmute and maybe share?
Like a lump in the throat. Slight
Like a lump in the, yeah. Something is stuck here, you were feeling. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what actually happens is, because when you push your head back, you're actually lengthening your larynx. And that is when you put it down, it actually constricts. Okay. Physical constriction happens. Okay. So you will feel tightness over here, or you will feel, you are right when you say some kind of a lump. Okay. When a lump comes in our throat, it is that kind of a feeling where a constriction kind of happens. Okay. It is not a very pleasant sensation. It is kind of a sensation which is like, कि कुछ अटक गया है यहाँ पे. But that is what you have to get used to. Okay, that is why I told you to hold it for a smaller period of time. But now we will start increasing the duration of your hold. Okay, and also if some of you want to hold your breath when you're holding the bandha, try to hold your breath for 2-3 seconds and just feel how it how it feels there. All right, chaliye. We'll start practicing. Now I would want you to hold, Kavita, you can go back on the mute. All right, so now what we will do is, we will try to hold the bandha for at least 5 seconds. I will count and you guys will hold. Okay, in those 5 seconds, if you want to hold your breath for some time, you do that, but that is optional. Okay, 5 seconds का breath hold, I think सब लोग कर सकते हैं, उसमें किसी को problem नहीं होगा. But when you are holding the breath, make sure you're not feeling suffocated. You already are locking your throat. If you feel कि मेरे को बहुत uncomfortable feeling हो रहा है, then don't hold your breath. Breath को hold करना compulsory नहीं है. All right, चलिए आ जाइए. फिर से हाथों की ज्ञान मुद्रा बनाइए. स्पाइन को बिल्कुल सीधा रखिए. आंखें बंद कर लीजिए. Now take a deep breath in. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back and slowly put your chin towards your neck. And now hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly, as you exhale, lift yourself up and relax. Take a few normal breaths. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, take a long, deep breath in. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back and slowly take your chin downwards and hold here. 1, keep your awareness on your throat. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release as you exhale. We'll continue. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Inhale. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back and slowly go down. And hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With an exhale, slowly release. We'll do this 2 more times. Okay, chaliye. सांस भरिए, थ्रोट की मसल्स को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना स्टार्ट कीजिए। अब चिन को पीछे पुश करके धीरे धीरे नीचे ले जाइए and hold here. 1. If you can hold the breath, do that. If not, continue breathing normally. 3 and 5. Slowly release. One last time. Inhale. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back. Slowly take the chin down. Lock the chin and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly lift up as you exhale and relax. Take a breather. पैरों को थोड़ा सीधा करना है, थपथपाना है, रिलैक्स करना है, रिलैक्स कीजिए. In the next repetition, we will now hold for 5 seconds, but we will incorporate one more aspect. Now, keeping your eyes closed in the Jalandhar Bandh, you will try to point your eyeballs towards the tip of your nose. Okay, so आपको नासाग्रह दृष्टि मतलब with your eyes closed, you will try to look at your tip of your nose. Okay, so that is the thing that we are going to do now in the Jalandhar Bandh. ठीक है, चल आ जाए. अगेन 5 seconds होल्ड करना है, लेकिन दृष्टि को अपनी नाक के टिप पे रखना है. चलिए, हाथों की ज्ञान मुद्रा बनाइए, स्पाइन को सीधा रखिए, आंखें बंद कीजिए. मेक श्योर योर पोस्चर इज करेक्ट. सांस भरें, गले के मसल्स को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हुए चिन को पीछे पुश करें और धीरे धीरे चिन को नीचे की ओर लेके जाएं. Now, as you hold here, try to point your vision towards the tip of your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the vision first and then lift your chin up. Take a breather. चलिए, एक बार फिर से धीरे धीरे सांस भरें, थ्रोट के मसल्स को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करें, चिन को पीछे पुश करें और धीरे धीरे चिन लॉक लगाएं. जलंधर बंध. दृष्टि को अपने नोज के टिप पे रखें एंड बने रहें. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. First you release your vision, then you release your chin. चलिए, कंटिन्यू करेंगे. 3 more times. Inhale. Contract the muscles of your throat. Push the chin back. Go into Jalandhar Bandha. दृष्टि को अपने नाक के टिप पे लेके आइए और बने रहिए. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your drishti first and then release your chin. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale. Start contracting the muscles. Push the chin back. Go down into Jalandhar Bandha. दृष्टि को अपने नाक के टिप पे रखिए और बने रहिए. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With an exhale, release. चलिए, एक आखिरी बार. Inhale. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back. Point your chin downwards. Slowly go down into Jalandhar Bandha. दृष्टि को अपने नाक के टिप पे रखें and बने रहें. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release and relax. पैरों को थोड़ा सीधा कीजिए, थोड़ा रिलैक्स कीजिए. आंखें खोल सकते हैं, अगर आपको आंखें खोलनी है तो खोल लीजिए. बंद करके रखनी है तो बंद ही रखिए, because we are going to practice this one more time and now we will try to hold it for a longer period of time. We will try to hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, again, नाक पे आपको अपनी दृष्टि लगानी है, नासाग्रह दृष्टि रखनी है, जितनी देर आप रख सकें. अगेन, इट इज नॉट अ वेरी कंफर्टेबल फीलिंग टू लुक एट योर द टिप ऑफ द नोज. जितना लंबा आप बना सकते हैं नासाग्रह दृष्टि, उतना आपको बनाना है. चलिए, आ जाइए फिर से. कम इन टू अ कंफर्टेबल सिटिंग पोजिशन. हाथों की ज्ञान मुद्रा बनाए, आंखें बंद, चेहरा रिलैक्स्ड. 2 से 3 नॉर्मल ब्रेथ ले. Now slowly inhale, contract the throat muscles, push the chin back, slowly go into the chin lock, nasagraha drishti, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing if you wish to. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly, first you release the nasagraha drishti and then you lift your chin up. चलिए, थोड़ा सा ब्रेक. रिपीट अगेन. धीरे धीरे सांस भरें. Slowly contract the throat muscles, push the chin back and go down into Jalandhar Bandh. Stay there. Nasagraha Drishti and stay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, slowly relax, release. 3 more times. चलिए, सांस भरें. Start contracting the muscles of your throat. Push your head back. Slowly drop your chin towards your chest. दृष्टि को नाक के टिप पे रखें और होल्ड करें. 1, 2. Make sure you're not rounding your back. Okay, keep your spine straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. धीरे धीरे रिलैक्स करें एक्सहेल के साथ. Take a breather. You'll do this 2 more times. Inhale. Contract the muscles of your throat. Push your head back and slowly go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. One last time. सांस भरें. थ्रोट के मसल्स को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करें. चिन को पीछे की ओर पुश करें और धीरे धीरे चिन को धीरे धीरे नीचे लेके जाएं. नासाग्रह दृष्टि रखें और 10 सेकेंड होल्ड करें. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly release and relax. आंखें थोड़ी देर बंद ही रखनी. थोड़ा रिलैक्स करें and then slowly you may open your eyes. All right. Now, apart from practicing Jalandhar Bandha as a separate practice in itself, it is a separate practice in itself. Okay. So, what you should be doing ideally is after the asana practice, you should be practicing pranayama at least for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you should be applying any one of the bandhas or all the 3 bandhas together, which we will learn in the future session. Okay. So that is how the sequence is. But during our regular asana practice also, there are a lot of asanas in which we naturally apply bandhas. Okay, मूल बंध की जब हम लोगों ने बात की थी तो बहुत सारे आसन्स की बात की थी जहां पे एक्चुअली हम लोग it happens automatically and naturally you apply a मूल बंध. Similarly, there are a lot of asanas where we naturally apply Jalandhar Bandha while we are practicing those asanas. So can any of you tell me which are these asanas in which you naturally, when you are practicing this asana, naturally it happens? There is a Jalandhar Bandha which happens. Anyone?
Cat and cow pose.
कैट एंड काउ ऑब्वियसली कैट एंड काउ में होता है. उसके अलावा जब हम लोग नेक मूवमेंट करते हैं इनिशियली व्हेन वी प्रैक्टिस द नेक मूवमेंट्स उसमें होता है. उसके अलावा एनीथिंग एल्स दैट यू कैन थिंक ऑफ वेयर एक्चुअली द जालंधर बंध हैपेंस? Think about chest and chin coming closer towards one another. So when does that happen? Mostly happens in Sarvangasana. Okay, when you go into Sarvangasana, when you go into Halasana, okay, your chest and chin come together. So these are, so all the inversions, okay, like Sarvangasana, like Halasana, like Karna Pidasana, all these asanas are the ones where you naturally apply the Jalandhar Bandha. Apart from that, when you go into Parvatasana, just notice, जब आप पर्वतासन में जाते हैं तो हम लोग आपको बोलते हैं अपनी दृष्टि को अपनी नाभि की तरफ रखिए. Okay, so when you try to look towards your navel, you apply a natural Jalandhar Bandha in that position also. So whether it is downward facing dog or whether it is Parvatasan, these are the few asanas in which you naturally apply Jalandhar Bandha. Okay, that is why, again, I'm just guessing, it might be one of the reasons why it is said that the Sarvangasana practice lengthens or it gives you longevity. Okay, it gives you a longer life because by Sarvangasana practice, by Halasana practice, you are actually applying a very, very natural Jalandhar Bandha. Okay, so जितने भी inversions हैं, आपका पर्वतासन है, आपका Udhomukh Svanasana hai, the downward facing dog, all these asanas are where you are actually applying a natural Jalandhar Bandh. So why I'm telling you all this now, the next time when you're in an asana class and you're practicing these asana, become aware of this aspect of that. So asana is not only what you're doing physically. Okay, that is why we always say asana is not only what you're doing with your body. It is also what is happening internally when you practice an asana. And whichever part of a asana you are going to pay awareness to, okay, it is very important to become aware of that aspect of an asana for it to work for you. Okay, बिना awareness के कुछ भी करते हैं उसका फायदा नहीं होता. So next time when you are practicing Sarvangasana in an asana class, become aware that you are in the Jalandhar Bandha itself. Okay, so आसन तो हो ही रहा है, उसके अलावा आपने जलंधर बंध भी लगाया हुआ है. Okay, and in that if you apply the nasagraha drishti, it becomes a complete practice in itself. Okay, so in your asana practice you can incorporate the aspect of your pranayama as well, because हम लोग आसन में जब रहते हैं तो we tell you कि focus on your breath. That is an aspect of pranayama. Same way you can practice the aspect of bandhas in your asana. So you don't have to take separate time out for a pranayama practice or a bandha practice. If you can find that time out, nothing like it. But in your busy life, you don't have a separate time for bandhas or pranayama. In your asana class, if you become a little bit more aware, if you pay a little bit more awareness to your breath, in itself, it is a pranayama practice. Only becoming aware of that breath is a pranayama practice. If you become aware of your locks that are naturally happening when you're practicing asana, it becomes a bandha practice. So in the same class, you can actually, get the benefits of all these aspects of your yoga practice. All right. So जब भी आप कोई आसन practice कर रहे होते हैं class में, try to become a little bit more observant of your body, of what actually is happening to your breath, to the muscles, where the muscle is contracting, where the muscle is relaxing, so that you become aware of the full aspect of that yoga practice that is happening. So it actually becomes a yoga practice. It should not stay only asana practice. It should become a yoga practice in itself. All right. Okay. So we'll end the class today with this. You guys can lie down for Shavasana.